A very good morning to you and welcome to another exciting episode of the Recap with Dara right here on ideatv, your weekly plug. Of course, you already know that for everything bold, buzzing and making headlines across Africa and beyond, from groundbreaking innovation to global wins. You know how we do it here on ideatv. There is no dull moment at all, just pure vibes and impact. And we've got so many stories on science, sports, politics, and even a touch of Hollywood drama on the lineup today. So trust me, this week's gist is very loud. I mean very, very loud. So we'll bring you the full gist right after the short break. Don't go anywhere.
Number 1. Synthetic biology advances. Synthetic biology is pushing science into new territory. Using AI-guided gene editing, researchers are engineering organisms to produce biofuels, biodegradable plastics, and even synthetic meat. In 2023, Ginkgo Bioworks announced partnerships to design microbes that can manufacture sustainable chemicals at scale. Moderna and BioNTech are expanding mRNA technology beyond COVID vaccines to treat cancer and rare genetic disease.
All right, welcome back. And then we'll be kicking things off with a story that is giving Africa its flowers, the flower they truly deserve in the world of education and innovation. ideatv celebrates Africa's top universities driving research, driving innovation and impact. Africa's brain power is taking center stage, and ideatv is giving the spotlights what it truly deserves, yes. In its maiden University of Interest edition, the network is celebrating 4 major institutions transforming Africa's knowledge economy. And they are universities of Cape Town, Cairo University, University of Witwatersrand, and University of Mohammed VI Polytechnic, UM6P. So from cutting-edge nanotechnology to renewable energy, research and groundbreaking medical discoveries, these universities are proving that the continent's future won't just be built on resources, but on research, on innovation, and real-world impact. Now, this is to prove to you that ideatv isn't just recognizing institutions, but rather it is celebrating Africa's next generation of thinkers, dreamers, and even doers. Yes, but now we'll be moving to our next story. And this one has got everyone talking because Burna Boy is once again on the headline, but this time not about music. Yes, you heard that right. Burna Boy, the giant of Africa, just revealed that he's converted from Christianity to Islam. Yes, in a recent live stream, he said it wasn't about rebellion or image. It was about peace, discovery, and connection. So he shared that he's been studying various beliefs, searching for what truly grounds his spirituality. And then, in a classic Burna Boy fashion, he made it clear that it is a personal evolution. So whether you call it faith or growth, one thing is very clear, and it is the fact that Burna Boy is entering a new chapter, both in spirit and in sound. And still speaking of Burna Boy, it seems like he's not done with making headlines yet. Let's talk about his next move, his next big move, and this time it is on our big screen. From Grammy wins to movie screens, Burna Boy just produced a powerful Nollywood thriller titled 3 Code Dishes, directed by Asuf Oluseyin. Now, the film praised by The Guardian for its Tarantino-style swagger, yes, follows 3 women who survived human trafficking and reunite 16 years later to take justice into their own hands. It is bold, and then it looks like a female-driven movie, you know, and then it has gotten that gritty Afro cinematic energy the world has been craving for. And guess what? It premieres in UK cinemas this week. Burna isn't just taking Afrobeats global, he's taking Nollywood with him. And now from entertainment to global politics, things just got heated across the Atlantic. In a shocking tone, Donald Trump has threatened to send U.S. forces into Nigeria, citing the killing of Christians. The U.S. president claimed he could wipe out Islamic terrorists if the Nigerian government doesn't act fast, sparking outrage and confusion. Well, let's take a look at his post on his Truth account. He said if the Nigerian government continues to allow the killing of Christians, the USA will immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria and may very well go into that now disgraced country, guns are blazing, to completely wipe out the Islamic terrorists who are committing these horrible atrocities. I am hereby instructing our Department of War to prepare for possible action. If we attack, it will be fast, vicious, and sweet, just like the terrorist talk attack our cherished Christians. Warning, the Nigerian government better move fast. While Nigerian President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has quickly responded, saying Trump's claim misinterprets the situation, insisting that Nigeria protects all faiths equally. An analyst, however, warns that the Trump's comments oversimplify a complex security crisis where extremist violence affects both Muslims and Christians. So what is clear is how narrative can twist Africa's reality, and this one has the internet buzzing from Abuja to the USA. But now, from international politics, we will now head back to East Africa, where democracy is under serious pressure. Tanzania is tense. The opposition party has rejected the recent election results after President Samia Suluhu Hassan was declared winner with a jaw-dropping 97.66%. And now protesters are calling it a sham election, claiming they were silenced, they were detained, and digitally shut out during the votes. Curfews are in place, flights grounded, and then the internet partially cut off. President Suluhu has warned that unrest will be met with the full weight of law. But for Tanzanians, it is not just about votes. It is about whether their voices were truly counting, whether the voice counts. But now, we'll move to something tragic in cargo that has left the world in shock. Tragedy struck in Louisville, Kentucky, when a ops cargo plane crashed moments after takeoff, killing 7 people and injuring several others. The plane carrying nearly 38,000 gallons of jet fuel exploded into flames after hitting nearby building. Governor Andy Beshear called it one of the most violent crashes the state has ever seen. And then investigators from the NTSB are on the ground, and OPS has paused operation at its massive Louisville hub. Now the cause remains under investigation, but the loss is deeply felt across the aviation world. But then we'll bring you more updates on this particular story. All right, let's lighten things up with some sports energy, because this next story is all about fire. It's got so many fire, focus, and pure Nigerian excellence. And it is about Victor OSIMHEN, who is in his beast mode again. And Europe is feeling the heat already. The Super Eagles striker scored a hat-trick for Galatasaray in their 3-0 Champions League win over Ajax, sending fans in a frenzy from Istanbul to Lagos. Victor OSIMHEN is now leading the tournament's top score charts, proof that African talent belongs right at the top. OSIMHEN humbled himself and thanked his teammates and Nigeria, promising more fire to come. And then if you ask what my take is on this, I'll say OSIMHEN's story is beyond football. It is about resilience. And then from playing barefoot in Lagos to owning the European stage, he's proving that discipline, hunger, and confidence can rewrite any story. So I will need you to keep your eyes on this story, because we might just be witnessing Africa's next Ballon d'Or finalist. And that is how we'll wrap it up on this week recap with Dara on ideatv. You see how we went from innovation in Africa's top universities to Burna Boy's spiritual and cinematic journey, Trump's fiery remarks, Tanzania's democratic drama, and OSIMHEN's unstoppable form. It's been a week of passion, progress, and power moves. I am Dara, and this has been your recap on ideatv, where gist meets greatness. Until next time, keep the gist alive, and also do not forget to follow us across all social media platforms at ideatv. Thank you for watching.